Hi all. Thanks for the introduction, Axel. Now we're going to look a little bit into the architecture and technology. And my role in TietoEVRY is the CTO of Oil and Gas. So I'm working with a great bunch of guys working with kind of these strategic dimensions on technology and architecture. But today we're here primarily focusing on energy components. We are going to do it in this way, that I'm going to first go into a little bit of the specifics that Kåre talked about, especially on the modularity. And then I'm going towards the end have a bit of a wider perspective of all the initiatives, or not all the initiatives, but then a selection of the initiatives that we are doing in the architecture and technology, so to speak. So, good. What I try to show in this slide is that from an architectural point of view, when it comes to modularity, as mentioned by Kåre, we have been investing quite a lot. And this is just showing you that what I'm trying to present now is that it goes actually in two dimensions. So we have one element that is showing the business or the functionality side of things, and then we have another one which is then, okay, how are we then catering for running energy components in a modern world? With these two dimensions and going towards EC13 and what we're going to ship there, I'm going to go into a bit more details on each and every one of these in the next following slides. So on the business side, we have implemented a concept called EC extension. And the EC extension concept is a pluggable concept where you have kind of isolated and self-contained the functionality around the functionality of different things that extends or modifies the functionality of EC. It's supposed to be, or it is, isolated and self-contained, and it's leveraging then APIs, and it's not like dependent on explicit versions of EC as such. And the point of this is that it's also supporting this transportation mechanism. So you can actually bring it from, so let's say you're working on a development environment, you're doing your development on this thing, you're kind of, okay, happy with this, then you want to transport it to a test environment, a UAT environment, and even then towards the end into production as well. So having this isolated and self-contained is immensely important to cater for these things. And what we've been doing so far with our own initiatives is that we have actually implemented, like the blue boxes that you see on this sketch, is that the EC Smart, the upstream, the midstream, and the cargo management, and more to come, oil field chemistry as well, and EC task list coming up. They are representing a wide variety of things that we can plug on top of EC to enable either different UIs, different ways of interacting with EC, or it could be expanding the value chain of EC, the value chain coverage. So it depends on what you need, what your needs are. But it represents really a wide variety of capabilities within this concept, which is the kind of important aspect here. So if you think about this and try to kind of realize what this means for you or what it means for us, it is that, yes, this concept should then be used also not just to bring more modules to market, but also about using this for, we envision in project development for customers, and also for our EC as a service offering, using this, because then in this and utilizing this, we will have kind of a full application lifecycle management support utilizing these mechanisms. And to elaborate a little bit on what an extension can actually consist of, it's then elements like calculations, business processes, screens and modifications or new screens, modifications to the domain model, and whatever you would like to see. So it's quite flexible, but still there's rules that you need to apply before you're kind of compliant with the extension concept in itself. Okay, so that's giving you a little bit on the insight to the EC extension concept. Let's go to the other dimension that I mentioned in the beginning of these slides as well. So on the modularity, we have a totally different angle to it as well. So one with the business, one with the runtime, and now we're kind of looking a bit more into the runtime aspect. As you can see here, I'm illustrating that there's multiple blocks that needs to be run, nodes that needs to be run when setting up an environment for easy energy components. We have separated the different elements in such a way that it's natural, and we're using, of course, then state-of-the-art technologies like containers like Docker, etc. We are using then typically orchestration tools like Kubernetes or similar, and the essence in itself with this runtime and having them as well as these small containers is that they are pure. And they're small, they're efficient, and they're standardized in such a way that, yeah, we can easily replace them. So taking one box in this sketch and then seeing, yeah, if there's something with these boxes that needs to be, okay, yeah, there's a vulnerability issue in our application, or there's something with the business process modeling engine, or there's something with the reporting engine. Yes, we could simply then replace these parts with a new one. And the point here is that this should be done in such a way that it's simplified simplifying the replacement of these components with low risk to the operations, which is immensely important for us, of course. But it's also enabling the scalability and elasticity of utilizing, for instance, public cloud infrastructure as well, which we are then providing in easy as a service offerings. Okay, hope that gives you a little bit of an insight to the modularity topic. If we go over to the next one here, then I'll try to go back a little bit and then look at the wider perspective of what we're doing. The first box here, there's 5 boxes, and the first box here is talking about modularity. Modularity has been debated already, so I'll jump directly into the integration. Integration is growing more and more kind of challenging in today's world as well. We have a more diversified system landscape where we have then a combination of on-prem systems together with cloud systems, and it could be even then multiple cloud vendors as well. And you might be buying something as a managed service or software as a service from some vendors, and then maybe you're running your own public cloud. So it's a very challenging integration landscape to adhere to, and we have been kind of paying attention, enabling, implementing support to such system landscapes as well. With our RESTful API initiatives, for instance, but we can go into details later on. The next box is talking about security. And as mentioned, with this very difficult and challenging system landscape where you have boxes all over the place and they need to talk to each other, security is of course equally important. And we've been on a journey here now, and we've been working hard on the security side for a long period of time. And I'm happy to say that yes, the feedback that we get from you guys, our customers, is that actually in the crowd of software that you are kind of deploying in your system landscapes, energy components really standing out. It's good by all means. So and we're proud to say that. So security is very important. On the analytics side, we have embedded a full-fledged business intelligence self-service tool where you can actually do drill downs, and you can actually harvest lots of the information out of the data that is stored in EC. And we've been talking about the availability of the data as such, and bringing this analytics engine to the table. I think we come a long way in doing that from an energy components point of view. The last one is about user experience, and that's close to all our hearts. We are kind of really enthusiastic about user experience, the usability, the efficiency of using EC, and you have seen initiatives that we have had with regards to EC Smart, which is then of course a specified or a specialized small, efficient, easy production, harmonized, optimized way of running, simpler, lightweight type of operations. There we have invested a lot in understanding the usability, and with those initiatives and the kind of investments that we've been doing there, we will bring it back to the core of energy components as well, and continuously improve then the capabilities and the user's experience around energy components. Okay, I think that's what I wanted to kind of scratch the surface on technology agenda. It's very important that, okay, yeah, this is a difficult topic, and there's lots of details that we definitely need to discuss as well. So what I urge you to do is that sign up for the deep dives. Use the QR code, scan this one with your mobile, and then sign up, and then we will have more fruitful discussions going forward as well. Thank you so much.